What's up, everybody, and welcome
back. I love when you say that.
You don't like that?
I love that.
Oh,
what's up, everybody, and welcome
back to the Anything Better podcast with your host, Paul Virzi, the great Bill Burr, the great Greek freak, Andrew Themeles out there in Beverly Hills. You guys are listening to episode number 53, and for the life of me, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
How dare you?
All right.
Giants.
50
linebacker.
Not Harry Carson.
Yes.
Oh, all right. He was just at the Knicks game I was at. All right, Harry Carson.
I loved Harry Carson. Harry Carson was the guy right before LT. Then you had them both.
Yes.
Brad Van Pelt.
Harry Carson was late 70s, mid-late 70s.
Right through your 1986 championship. He might even have been on that 1990 team.
Okay.
All right. So NBA is cool, though. Daryl Dawkins.
Oh, it's a good one.
53 for the 76ers. The man, Chocolate Thunder, the reason for the collapsible rim. He was the guy breaking backboards. Artis Gilmore, one of the great afros ever. With the sideburns and the goatee for the Chicago Bulls. Mark Eaton. Remember that?
Oh, I remember Mark Eaton, yeah.
One of my favorite accidental things ever. I was watching a Celtic game, and in Bob Cousy, he's got an accent like that, and he goes, Mikhail gets eaten out. Because he was out by the 3-pointer line, and he came out of the paint is what he was trying to say. But I remember he did that. Me and my brothers all looked at each other like Beavis and Butthead and started cracking up. There's got to be some big pictures. Let me look here. Famous number 53 in MLB. I don't think there's one in hockey. I don't know who the fuck was anybody in the 50s. Let's see here. Ozzie Smith? He won number 1. Nah, this isn't it. They're just doing the best guys to wear each number. I don't know. There's got to be some fucking power pitcher.
Dude.
War number 53, right?
I would imagine there, or somebody out of the pen for sure. Maybe you're a reliever. But dude, speaking of numbers, tonight was my son's last basketball game of his season for junior high, or his last game. And they played a team. So they played a team that's in the A class, A+ class. So like, depending on where your school size is, you're either in A, B, or C. And that has nothing to do with skill. It has to do with size of
money.
Your school.
It's all about the money.
Well, it also has to do with the size of your district. And our district is small. You know, we're up here in the country.
How much your parents are trying to live their dream through you and transfer you to that district so you can play A+ ball.
Right. So our school is in the C because it's very small. Their school, they have to cut a ton of kids because they show up with a bus. There's like, they got to keep like 20 kids on the team, right? Dude. So my son's out there. I'm not kidding you. They got a guy, this other team. I'm sitting there. We got the mask on. I got my hat on. I'm just sitting there watching. I told my son, play defense. Just give me effort. That's all I care about. That's all we care about. Dude, the starting 5 of this team come out. Fucking kid is 6'5". Dude, I'm not even this. It looked like fucking Vanderbilt playing my son's team.
6'5". How old is he?
Dude, 7th and 8th grade. Dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, this kid comes out. One kid is 6'3". Another kid is like, I would say maybe 5'7". It went from like 5'7".
In 7th and 8th grade.
7th and 8th grade, right? So, dude, my son is one of the scrappy guards. So, dude. So first time my son touches the ball, they go, hit him. He's in the corner, right? And Lucas just throws one up, and he just goes in, and he's playing defense. I'm happy. Then what happens is we end up getting blown out. But here's what happened. And I don't mean to be, this is not trying to be disrespectful or off color here, but our coach did something very nice where there was a heavily, I guess you would say, mentally disabled player.
Challenge.
That they challenged, mentally challenged player. And what they did is they brought him in the game.
Did he start raining threes?
No. He brought him in the game. No, and he was like, this kid had, some issues. He had a hard time dribbling, but what they did is they let him go up to everyone's cheering. They let him go up to the hoop and they let him, score.
That's great. I love when they do that.
Yeah. And he's kind of running down and both teams are scoring. And then he was on the court for a while and they subbed in a kid from the other team. And his kid comes in and this kid is just nasty. His kid can touch the rim and everything. So they want him to let the kid get the ball, but he doesn't know yet because he just came in the game. So he thought it was a regular player. Dude. And so he steals the ball. The kid could dunk. He just steals the ball and the kid's kind of obviously oblivious. So everybody kind of no, whoa. And the kid just stopped. And they go, oh, give it. So he kind of just rolls it to him. And dude, I'm in the crowd. I lean over to a dad and I just go, yo, when they told that kid.
Oh, no.
I said, we were getting beat so bad when they told that kid to give it to the disabled kid. He was thinking, which one? Dude, no. I'm fucking crying. I mean, I'm basically joking on our guys. Dude, right. This one dad is we're in mass. This dad's going, I'm pushing him. I'm going, dude, we were getting so bad. That kid didn't know who the fuck to give the ball to.
Yeah. But, which one is special needs? Because we're up by 89.
But it was such a great moment to have the play, the coach is oh, you're on defense now. And the kid was so excited. Then he goes up to the line and the officials called a foul and he goes and he misses the first one, hits the next one.
Nice.
Place goes nuts. That's clapping awesome. For him. It was so fucking cool. It was so cool to see this kid have that moment. And they gave him a certificate and they put his jersey in a thing. It was so fucking awesome to see.
Oh my God. They treated him like a hot chick.
Oh, dude, it was so awesome to see. But yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool.
Good for him, man. That's great. Oh, dude.
I was crying laughing.
I gotta fucking tell you this story, man. I shouldn't tell you this story. I'm gonna tell you this story.
All right.
All right. I just told tell a story that I just can't tell. I can't tell. Time needs to go by, and my wife needs to be there. But I'm just in general, Paul. You ever fucking no matter what, dude. No matter fucking what, it's your fault. That's all I know. That is all I know, dude, is every fucking time they fuck up and I think if I did that shit, I would be apologizing for a month. You do that shit, not only do you not take responsibility, you get mad at me for calling you out on it. It's fucking bananas, dude. It is. It's fucking. It's. I did my Thursday podcast and I bit my tongue and I have to bite my. I'm literally dying right now inside because it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
But every married guy out there knows the fucking deal, dude. It is just
hey, Bill, save it for your therapist. That's where you can say it. That's the safe space.
But it's no fun there unless you get them laughing. I want to tell it to you and Andrew, and you guys laugh your balls off, and it makes me feel better because it's yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, no,
I gotta have her on. I love her to death, man. She's so fucking funny, and for half a second, she sort of admitted to it. But then I pushed down too hard on the accelerator to try and get the victory. And then I false started. I know me, right? And then I got the false start. Touchdown! Wait, there's a flag on the field. By the way, can we talk Super Bowl for a second?
I was just gonna say we have to talk Super Bowl for a second here. Dude, I got to tell you something. That was a really good game, but these calls or non-calls, there's no penalties in the game, and then at the end they're raining penalties, and I don't know, man.
I can answer all of that.
Go ahead.
All right, the first one, I don't fault the ref for missing that fucking tug of the helmet. That was so slick, so fucking smooth. That was one of the sickest fucking, I'm going to cheat in this moment, you're not going to see it. It was like, and that fucking asshole who bitched, was grabbing his jersey the whole fucking game, slowing him down. And it made it look like he just brought his hand up. He just fucking, that guy's looking at the ball. What? He did the old tap on the shoulder. Huh? And the way the ref was, how fast that happened, I didn't even notice. You usually can see a face mask even at full speed. You see the head go. Nobody saw that. Everybody's going to say they saw it at full speed. They didn't. Okay?
Yeah.
The ref saw that. They missed it. And that they had to do the makeup call. And what's so fucked up was when they decided to do it. It's like, make it up fucking in the third quarter. You do it at the end. Not only at the end, dude, half the Rams false started on that play. On that first one. It was 3 guys, a tight end and 2 fucking linemen, or 3 linemen. It was like 900 pounds worth of guys all fucking moved before the ball. And I, in real time, go false start. Then they call a phantom hold call. So it's like, all right, whatever. And then after that, all of those penalties were penalties. They were grabbing them and shit, but they'd kind of let that go the whole game. It was really fucking weird. But I will say, every time they threw a flag, other than that first one that gave them first and goal, and there was a false start to start that play, those other ones were, I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I was like, he did grab him. He did do this. He did do that. I just thought, kind of sucked, to put it mildly, just as a sports fan, obviously for a Bengals fan. But I'm a firm believer, if you're going to do the makeup call, you do it right then and there.
Yeah, do a makeup call kind of early instead of like when it's more important. I agree. I got to
give them first and goal to win the Super Bowl. I mean, I know they fucked up and missed out on a touchdown. The thing is Paul, how do you make up for fucking another team out of 7 points, which is what they did, and then the Rams had to play catch up. In defense of the refs, I don't know when you call the makeup call.
To miss a call that's a touchdown in a Super Bowl coming out of the half, it's tough, man. It's tough, and he wanted to give it back. Dude, I got to be honest with you, dude.
I don't fault the ref for missing that. That guy did it so quick. It was so fucking slick, and I've never seen anybody do that.
No. I was watching it with somebody going, dude, they didn't see that. They didn't see that. That's
literally
in real time. I got to give credit to that Sean McVay coach, dude. I put it on my Instagram story because it was the ultimate dude. I called it right on 4th and 1 to end the game. He just goes, hey, Aaron Donald, get over here. Get over here. He goes, one play, everything you wanted right now, right? And then he gets down, he puts his hands on his knees before the snap, and he just goes, Aaron Donald's making a play right now. And then he looked right back at it. And then Aaron Donald gets the sack, and he's going, I told you. And I was going, all right, man, I got to give him a dude. I called it on that one. But you know what?
How come when I was betting the Super Bowl, I'm like, hey, fucking Mixon's going to score the first touchdown. They're like, dude, what the fuck, Bill? That's so obvious. What are you, like a blowjob? And then he does it. He's a fucking genius. Oh, really? Do you think the best guy in your fucking field's going to make a play?
Oh, dude, speaking of that, I put Odell Beckham last minute, plus 900. Odell Beckham, first touchdown of the game, and I got it. But I lost 500 on the Rams covering. So I lost. So that equaled out because the Rams didn't cover.
My dumbass took the fucking Bengals straight up.
Yeah, well, look, it was a good game. Could have went either way. I just hate when a Super Bowl or a big game is decided by – dude, what about when the Saints got that what's it called? When the Saints had that no call? That was like dude, I've never seen a pass interference where a guy literally tackled a guy, then the ball comes out. And it's like in those games, dude, they need to figure something out.
That would have been bad enough if it was away from the ball. That was where the ball was going.
Oh, dude, that was, I think, worst call, non-call in history of the sports. What's the worst call you've ever seen ever in any sport ever?
Oh, fucking, yeah, it's an easy one. The fucking Cardinals getting fucked over at first base against Kansas City. I mean, this guy was out by a full fucking
the perfect game, right?
Oh, no, not the perfect game.
That's the Rocky.
That
World Series.
That umpire in the press conference, he goes, I screwed him.
Dude, he broke down crying, and he goes, I took a perfect game away from that kid.
All response.
He goes, I kicked the shit out of it. I kicked the shit out of that call. God damn it. No, not that one. Not that one. I'm talking for a World Series. For a fucking World Series, the Cardinals had it.
Andrew, can you pull that? Can you pull that up? Can you pull the
guy? I mean, that poor umpire. People took it too far. That guy had to change his name. He got like death threats.
What year was that, Bill?
1985. And here's another thing too. Everybody on the Cardinals lost their composure, including their coach, manager Whitey Herzog, and it just carried into the next game. In Game 7, they lost like 14-2. I mean, he is out by a full fucking step. I mean, they look at the bag and then they listen for the pop, and it was like pop, foot, fucking rang him up.
Oh, I see, dude. Well, that might have been. That's a fix? Are they saying that fix?
Nah, maybe, his mind was on the Hooters they were going to go to afterwards. I don't know.
Oh, dude.
He was out by a foot. He called him safe or something. That's what it was. He called him safe. He didn't ring him up. He called him safe.
Oh, he called him safe, and he was out by a foot.
Can you find that, Andrew?
That's
1985 Game 6 first base call. There's going to be a lot of in capital letters. And then Cardinal fans will be like, well, you lost the next. I mean,
and for me, I don't really remember that. I think for me, it was the non-call of the Saints pass interference thing for me.
That was a terrible one. I mean, they're all fucking bad. They're all bad. But that one was literally, dude, that was like ninth inning to win the World Series.
And and Donaghy, when that Donaghy one where the 2006 Sacramento Kings they start giving Laker calls. And
that was just fixed.
Dude, Mike Bibby's going, dude, the players, that was like a comedy. They're going, dude, what? Am I in a sketch?
It was so bad they weren't even mad. They were like, hey, man, if you're going to fix a game, try to, hide your cards a little.
Yeah, that was a bad one. But what'd you think of the halftime show? I gave the halftime show. Here's the deal. I gave the halftime show. Look, I grew up with those guys. I love it. I gave it
this sounds like a lower number.
No, I gave it like a 7, dude. Like people like LeBron going, wow, that's the greatest thing ever. Like, I got to be honest with you. 50 Cent hanging upside down with his chain like over his face, and people kind of make it like that. I love 50 Cent. He should have got out of a fucking car like a G and done the song. He was like hanging upside down with dancers around him. Then they went away so they could get him down. I didn't love that. Mary J fucking killed it. And if I'm being honest, I wish Eminem would have like sampled more than just Lose Yourself. He came out and just did Lose Yourself, which was so mainstream. But I think if he would have done like a few different parts, I love Snoop and Dre. I thought it was good. Not the best. Nothing beats, as far as I'm concerned, Prince doing that guitar solo in the rain. That was fucking nuts, dude.
I did not see the halftime show.
Oh, okay.
My daughter was freaking out because there was company and stuff, and she was feeling lonely, so I had to go upstairs. So they saw all of that. My wife
that's a good dad. That's a fucking dude. A dad watching a Super Bowl, okay? Hanging out, enjoying the company's there. The daughter's upset, and you excuse yourself from the Super Bowl. Granted, it was halftime.
But I had to lose myself in the moment. I owned it. Went upstairs, read her a book. Hey,
Mom spaghetti. Yeah. So it was good, but what are you going to do? Overall,
I just saw a little bit. When I saw Snoop and Dre on stage together, I was like, man, they did this one right. I thought, listen, how hyped up the crowd was, just the little clips that I saw.
Yes.
That it was like, it was LA. They opened it up with Nipsey Hussle. I thought they did a lot of stuff right for a lot of people that, they usually, rap has really been ignored largely, I want to say, for things like that, for obvious reasons. I mean, we're going to be honest here. I mean, we know the kind of comedians that get gigs like that. They're the clean comics. And I feel like rappers are sort of like the late night musicians with the language that they use. So, you know, there's a reason they've never had a comedian at the fucking Super Bowl.
Here's one thing I learned about the Super Bowl.
A clean set in front of 80,000 drunk football fans and in broad daylight. Let's try to see get that one going. They're going to do it.
No,
they're going to do it. And some comic is going to be dumb enough to take the fucking gig.
Nah, yeah, you can't do it, dude.
You know what
Brian
that's
Regan
like? I've seen a number of my friends. They go out and they did one of those fucking shows where, you know, where they have, it's all industry and then they have phony good looking people supposed to be a crowd between them. Have done a few of those kinds of gigs. That's just a thankless, you know, the only people listening to you are the whores, the club whores down front, male and female. And it's just like, that's not the crowd. Those are the people you make fun of. And you just go out there and you got your sparkly clothes on because you think it's going to be a big moment. And then you just go out and you just eat a fucking dick.
If I had the biggest enemy comedian, if my biggest enemy in comedy ever, which obviously I don't really have, but if I did, just a fucking rival, and then he went out there for the Super Bowl. He or she went out there for the Super Bowl and goes, "You guys having a good time?" and bombed. I would still feel horrible. That is how scary. But
it's not good for comedy.
No, it doesn't belong. It doesn't. Although Brian Regan did that Florida Gators thing, where what they did was they bring
the Gator growl. Yeah, that was a famous gig.
And he thought that he was bombing, and then all of a sudden, like 3 seconds later, he heard like the laughing because of how far away it was.
Yeah.
But all right, everybody, it is Private Internet Access. Today's episode is sponsored by Private Internet Access, America's #1 virtual private network, or VPN. Even if you use incognito mode, your internet service provider is storing your browsing data. Oh, you don't want that. And many times even selling.
How is that even fucking legal?
It's crazy. But Private Internet Access, or PIA, can help. PIA encrypts and reroutes your internet traffic through one of its own servers, hiding your data from your internet service provider or network admin. And if the servers end with servers in over 75 countries, you can get unrestricted access to geo-blocked content around the world. Okay, PIA comes with easy-to-use apps and browser extensions for all devices, a rock-solid privacy policy. Rock solid, guys, okay? Your stuff's going to be, all the little funny business you do. One source security, advanced customization settings, and it was just ranked the fastest VPN in the world by PC Mag. And if you get it right now, you can take advantage of PIA's 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. So try it out for 30 days and see if you like it. If not, just return it. You get a full refund, which is great. So click on the link in the description, privateinternetaccess.com/anythingbetter, and try out the best VPN on the planet, completely risk-free. That's privateinternetaccess.com/better. Get 3 years plus 4 months free for only $1. Whoa, $1.98 per month. That's literally 83% off. I mean, what are you, nuts? 30-day money-back guarantee. PIA has 30 million downloads worldwide and is available on all platforms: Windows, Mac OS, Android, Linux, and iOS. Here's what I learned. If you paid attention to the Super Bowl ads, here's what you learned. Beer is dead. They did in the entire fucking Super Bowl. That's how you know that these hard seltzers and all of these other things, they waited till like the beginning of the fourth quarter. One Clydesdale Budweiser commercial, soda commercials, all the shit that people are like substituting with hard seltzers, diet sodas, and stuff like that. Dude, there was no beer.
Why are hard seltzers in over beer?
Hard seltzers are in because they've found a way, because the main ingredient is carbonated water. They found a way to get these organic, non-chemical. So basically, you're not going to get hammered, but you have like 3 or 4 of them. You catch a nice buzz and stay there, and it's healthier, and it's just taken over. It's just taken over. So, and Corona makes.
I'm so glad I don't drink anymore. Dude, is there anything better than a Bud Tall in a fucking can? When you're supposed to be working? I mean, that's that's America.
Listen, hey, I love a cold one, dude. Every once in a while. I'm not a beer guy. I love a cold beer. I like Yingling, dude. You ever have an ice cold Yingling? It's fucking great, man. It's a good beer. Goes down. I don't like that hoppy shit. I don't like that fucking overly IP.
I don't either. I like all the beer from when I was a kid. I like Michelob Light. I like Miller High Life. I like Budweiser. Budweiser, not that Bud Light shit. And none of these lemon and lime fucking things. I don't like any of that shit. I didn't even like light beer from Miller. I didn't. I like Coors Light.
Yeah, I do too.
Coors Light was a great one. And then back in the day, if we really wanted to get fucked up, you know, you'd get somebody to buy you a case of Heffenreffer, which had a higher alcohol content, came in a green bottle. It was called the Green Death. And we used to fucking drink those, drive my buddy's dad, early 70s Ford LTD, down the Mass Pike into the old Boston Garden.
That's awesome.
I just remember sitting on the passenger side rear seat, and I swear to God, my buddy looked like he was like driving the car, looked like he was 20 feet away. Like I could have thrown a football to him. That's how big the car, because everybody else, you know, we all had like, you know, little ass cars. We didn't have any money. And just riding that fucking sled in there. It was a 4-door Ford LTD, shit brown with light brown interior. And it had like a 400 under the hood. Posi rear end. It was the fucking car was the greatest. It was the fucking greatest. Yeah. So that was it though. But all I ever drank, I just used to drink Budweiser. There was a while in my 30s where I drank Heineken for a little while. And one day I just drank it. I was like, I just don't like how it's not into this.
Can you ask me a question? Because you're a German guy. What's the deal with Germany and certain European countries drinking warm beer and saying that's the way you're supposed to drink? Dude, a warm beer is
because it's of higher quality
horrific
over there.
Okay.
Yeah, our shit, you gotta have it ice cold and stuff. Dude, like, you know what, one of the funniest things ever, to see a European come over here and drink American beer? I remember, when I first came down to New York City, I remember Dave Attell being on stage, and this fucking guy from England was walking across in front of the stage with like almost a full pitcher. And he goes, and Dave just, you know, I think he knew they were from Europe, so he just knew. He goes, what's the matter? He goes, you don't like our beer? And he goes, right, it's weak piss. And that was the first time because I had never been to Europe. I was like, oh, I guess there's shit. Dude, over there, like when you go to Belgium and what was the other place? I never went to Belgium. I went to the other city over there.
Amsterdam?
No. It was in what the fuck was it called? Antwerp.
Okay.
Yeah. For half a second, I thought Belgium was a city. That's a country. Antwerp, and then there's the other one, the capital. I went to Antwerp. Dude, they have all of these fucking beers over there that you've never heard of, and each one of them has their own special glass. All right? And the Germans got a thing, well, yeah, they'll drink it at like room temperature.
Yeah, that's what I don't get, man. Like, because it just tastes. I had a Heineken that was warm once, and I was just like, "This is fucking horrible."
No, I think some of those other ones, and I also think it's an acquired taste. If you've never had it, it's really like shocking. But I don't, you know, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't. Like my dad likes beer a little warm. Like he's really German. So I mean, I like, but the shit he drank, Stroh's, the American shit, he needed it ice cold, or you'd taste how fucking horrific it was. But one of the things, like, you know, I saw this picture one time of somebody who got a little snowed in Belgium, and they just were just sitting at a bar and was trying as many different beers as they could, and they had all these empty glasses, and they were all different sort of shapes for the beer head and all of that, to give it the best taste, instead of just, you know, fucking just grabbing a thing on it. And you know, it's funny, I really miss drinking, dude.
Dude, you know what I miss? I miss me and you. I remember me and you were in the car. I think drinking beer with buddies in the moment is so much better than the actual beer. Like, me and you were sitting in front of somebody's house. Remember when you parked in a residential, you would park the car going to like the Alabama LSU game. Yeah, Alabama LSU. And me and Bill are sitting in a car.
We had the Michelob Lights. The only place that still sells it is New Orleans.
Dude, you remember?
Everybody else got that fucking ultra bullshit.
Dude, we're drinking Michelobs, and we're sitting in front of this guy's house, and we're getting fucking hammered. We're laughing. We're talking. We get out of the car. We start throwing a football around. I was like, this is the fucking best.
Dude, I was so fucking. Then we also had a bottle of hard stuff. That was the mistake. I just remember this guy lighting a match trying to get my cigar going. He's like, you got to hold. And I was like, say, here was the match right here. And I was like hammered, like falling away from it. And he had to like come forward with the match. It was really bad.
This is what I learned about you drinking now that you don't drink anymore. You went hard, but like, Bill was one of those guys to keep it together, as far as you never really. The only time I ever saw you stagger was when I was staggering back to your apartment when we were drinking pints of vodka after that Rangers game, where I passed out and I almost got divorced. But dude, fucking, dude,
yeah, I remember that.
I almost got divorced, dude. I almost got divorced. Like, my wife called me up going, I was about to explain to your son why his dad's not coming home. I go, no, dude, he wasn't going to let me leave. It was 3 in the morning. I was hammered. We were like staggering. But dude, you would go hard, and like your going hard drinking was never staggering or throwing up. Your shit was like a little, if there was a little fight or like a little argument, you would just lock in on somebody and just be like, really? Is that what you think? I would be like, oh my God. Never puked. You never puked. Dude,
the amount of people that I got into arguments with over fucking sports and shit, it was just so fucking stupid. Dude, I remember when I was 19, I went up to, or 20, I went up to Montreal just to go up there and get hammered with the guys I worked in the warehouse with. And we were afternoon drinking, and I don't know what the fuck happened. All of a sudden, me and this Canadian guy just locked eyes. And I mean, I don't remember what, I don't even know. I was like, I was so fucking hammered. Like I like realized I was in an argument with somebody like halfway through the argument. And I'm thinking like, when the fuck did this start? And then I was in it and I had to keep going. I couldn't back down. Dude, this was the middle of the day. And this was some Canadian guy on his lunch hour. And he was a fucking, one of those Montreal douches that hates Americans. And I was the classic German-Irish fucking Boston drunk. And he was just toying with me because he had only had like 1 or 2 and his friends were all laughing at me. And I was just cursing him out, being hammered. And then we went to a titty bar on St. Catherine Street. And I don't even remember what happened. All of a sudden we were out on the street. My buddy was covered in puke. He stood up to go to the bathroom. I don't even know what happened to him. We were idiots because we were like 19. And you went up there and the drinking age was like 18 and we made absolute spectacles of ourselves. We didn't represent the country well, but we did make it to a Canadians against the Minnesota North Stars. Patrick Waugh between the pipes. That was when they had Guy Carbonneau and Chelios was still on that team. Svoboda. All of those fucking Blue Blanc Rouge cunts that I hated.
I'll be honest, I love not drinking that much, dude. I try to keep it down to like a couple times every 2 weeks. If there's like a Saturday UFC fight, I have a couple pops. I've learned my body can't do it anymore, man. I'm getting I'm not getting any younger, and I don't like feeling like that in the morning. I don't like feeling weaker, and I don't like feeling out of control. But here's the other thing, dude. I don't have anything now because I can't don't know how guys and people smoke weed like that to that level, dude. I got friends that are like, dude, just smoke all day. And I'm like, how the fuck? I can't functionally smoke all day, dude. I got kids. You know what kind of
that's gonna be the new thing, dude. Is when they finally admit how addictive weed is. Because it is. It is. I experienced it, dude, because I replaced alcohol with weed. And then every night I started fucking smoking. I was like this fucking pothead. And then I was like, I needed it to go to sleep. You get like, it's like anything. You get dependent on it. I mean, it's not like, the thing about weed is it's not messy. You're not breathing on people. People don't know. But what it is it's just like, I used to do a bit about that. Like, you never see anybody high on weed robbing a liquor store. It's like, you never see anybody on weed doing anything. That's the danger of it. You're just sitting on a couch, eating a fucking sandwich, talking about how much you love the sandwich and how awesome it is and how much you appreciate the person that made the sandwich.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I like melt into my couch and I just stare at the TV. I'm worthless. I'd rather, what about pills? I know that's bad, but I'd rather a pill. You want to talk about clean? Throw a fucking Vicodin down the gullet. No, I'm just saying, like, it's addictive, but all of it's
that's
bad.
the kind of shit you fucking die. Weed, you just, whatever. I mean, you're not gonna fucking die. What you want to do is if you're gonna fuck around, you got to be with like the good time, happy drugs. All right, which alcohol is one of those ones that lives on both sides of the road. No pun intended. But it's like, that's one of those ones where, it's harmless if you're doing it at home. But, then if you're an angry drunk and you do it every night, it crosses the double line into being one of the bad drugs. But weed, I just feel like weed is like, one of my favorite fucking shows. Did you ever watch on, what the fuck channel was it? I really liked the channel too. And I don't know, I just got so busy. I stopped watching it. They had that kid. He was Indian kid. And he just loves getting high. And then they just make food with weed. And like, just how fun. Yeah, and he was just so psyched to get high. Like me and Nia used to just sit there laughing, like going, I just love how much this kid loves weed. Like, dude, he loves it. And you just, seeing somebody doing something that they love, even if it's like, and it was just, and then they had like they weren't like potheads, they were like scientists. And they would get like the weed into like liquid form and it looked like olive oil and they would put it on the pizza. I mean, dude, that is literally like a pothead's dream, like a pothead that is infused with fucking weed.
Yeah.
It's like a complete circle for them. What the fuck was the name? It was one of those things where they incorporated weed into the name of like food or something like that, like some sort of pun or some shit. What was the show? What channel was that? Where they also had that rapper, Most Expensivest. Yeah, the other guy, Fuck That's Delicious. What channel was that? I used to love all of those fucking shows, and nothing was better if you smoked a little weed and you just fucking watched 2 Chainz talking about the most expensive Thai tack or whatever the fuck he found. Then it'd go into Fuck That's Delicious. And they'd be eating all this food. And then they go in with the Indian kid who I can't explain his vibe, dude. He was just so fucking psyched to be eating this stuff. It was awesome. He put me in a better mood.
I love people like that. I just, what I envy, Bill? I envy the guy that you could go to his house and he's got a fucking bottle of some insane tequila or whiskey. And he goes, yeah, dude, let's have a little, and he has like 1 or 2 and he's just completely done. And I'm like, I'm down.
I don't get what the thing is. You blew it out too much.
Was it bong appetit?
Bong appetit.
Okay.
Now watch, I'm going to find out he's Pakistani and I'm going to get a bunch of problems. Like he could tell I'm fucking German and not Irish, right? Anyway, I love that show.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I fucking love that show.
I can't do it, dude. I did an edible and I almost hallucinated and had to have Stacy take me to the hospital. I was hearing sounds and shit. I couldn't hold a thought.
You're too paranoid, dude.
Yeah, I am. I'm not.
But that's good to know that. It's good to know that. I thought I was like that, and it turns out I'm not, man. I just think it's fucking hilarious. Like I've had mushrooms. The second time I had mushrooms and I kind of worked on myself, so I just had a good trip, dude. I had a fucking blast. And the whole time I knew I was tripping. I just found the whole thing was fascinating. Now I had no desire to now I'm going to start doing that every other weekend or every night or some dumb shit like the way like alcohol and weed seem to work. Like mushrooms, just like this was fucking
explain
amazing.
something to me. Explain something to me, Bill. Seriously, I'm not going to do it, but explain to me. No. Because listen, tell me the truth. You know that when I get really high from weed, I get paranoid and I'm not comfortable. You know, I like to get buzzed with booze. What would mushrooms do to me? And what would I expect if I did a light dose?
I can only go with what happened to me. It's not like something, I don't know what trauma you have in your head. I know with me, what happened was I found out who I was on my first trip.
Yeah, see, that's already fucking scary, dude. You know what I mean?
Paul, one of the greatest things ever is to know who you are. No, I mean, you know something, Paul? I realized why I drank why I did. Is because of this shit I was fucking running from. And then, people say, you don't get the trip you want, you get the trip you need, man. Like that hippie shit. But it was it was great for me. And I had this moment of clarity. And I was just like, I need to knock off weed and cigars. And I just got stone fucking sober. I fucked up and started smoking cigars against last May. But I haven't fucked with anything since, except the next time I went on vacation with Nee and I took mushrooms and I smoked a little weed and I came back. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm not doing it. And now I'm back off again. I don't have a problem with. I never was able to do that like before. But now that I know myself and I kind of know why. If I'm feeling like I want to get fucked up, I know that there's something wrong in my life and I got to think about what it is and I got to sit with that emotion rather than bury it. And it's made me a better person, a better father and all of that. So, I mean, you tell me one substance that you've done, that alters your mind, that makes you a better father. I mean, look, I'm not advocating that anybody goes out and I'm just saying what it did for me. Because I hate people that have such a small brain where they're just like, well, this happened to me, so now it's going to happen to you. It's like, no.
I just don't want to. I just don't. You know that I have a unique relationship with my father. It's not crazy, but I don't get to see him. I didn't have him growing. I don't want to fucking go on that shit in the middle. Like, I don't want to fucking.
Why not? Cry it out of you.
I'm sorry, Dad. Like, I don't want to fuck. I just want to.
No, don't be near your phone. Don't be near your phone. Dude, you take mushrooms, you know what you do? You go outside, man. You go outside, you're like, all right, man.
Dude, don't be near your phone. It's so fucking funny. I got my phone. I start getting my first mushroom trip. I'm like, Bill, it's happening.
Dude, if you knew what happened to me right after I took the fucking mushrooms and my phone blew up, man. I mean, I told the story the other night on stage, but like,
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but I was able to ride it out, and I was able to, and I didn't have a bad trip. I just knew I wasn't gonna have a bad trip, and I was like, I was excited, and it was like, I just remember when it kicked in, I was like, it's happening. I was on vacation with my wife, and Nia was just like, go outside. And my wife is so fucking cool. Like, she really is spiritually just a really good person. And she roots for people and all that. She was like the best person to be tripping. She was totally like so sober, whatever. So she was making sure that I wasn't going to freak out because she knew the first time I had a bad one. And I remember, just coming in being like, it's cool. This is going to be fun. And I was just out there, dude, like, fucking looking at the rocks. Hey, man, didn't see you over there. Remember saying that? I was just fucking, like, it was like a crowd.
What do you mean? You saw something in the rocks?
Okay.
Huh?
What, you saw something in the rocks move? Like you thought the rocks were alive?
Yeah, well, no, I knew they weren't alive, but we were just vibing. It was like, it's like everything just becomes like, it's no way to fucking explain it. But it's fucking awesome. It is so fucking awesome.
How long does it last?
Mine lasts like 2.5 hours. And like, dude, you come back. And then you think, oh, was that it? And you're like bummed out. And then, oh, another wave. Here we go. This is fucking awesome. Woo! Like you got to pass at the amusement park. I was generally sad when it was over. And you're not hungover or anything.
Really? No hangover?
But at the peak of it, when I looked outside, like there was like circles and it was going.
Oh, that would fuck me up, man.
No, but it's because you ate mushrooms. It's not like you're like they say in high school that you think you can fly. You're tripping. So you're just looking at it and you're just like, that's fucking amazing. Dude, I remember at one point it seemed like all the plants were starting to stand up. So I was just like, hey, what are you looking at, man? You just embrace it. Embrace it. Dude. And then I watched the fucking Raiders versus the Chargers. I mean, it was just fucking, it's all the lines in the field were like moving. It was fucking amazing. It's one of my favorite football. It was, first of all, it was a great game. And I was tripping. And the announcers' heads were going down into their fucking shirts. It was wild.
What's the difference between that and LSD, like acid? What's the difference?
What scares me about acid is like man-made. So I just always think like, the only thing man-made that I prefer to eat is salmon at this point because it wasn't fucking inhaling the plastic out there. I know I'm not eating my old fucking running sneakers that this, right. So I'll take my chance on that. But like, I just figure, but I mean, it is like, mushrooms are a poison from what I heard. That's why what's happening is happening. But what I like about them is, I don't know. You just, it's not, it's like it's a trip, man. You take a fucking trip, you have a good time. And then you're just not like, I'm going to do this again. And they're using it in therapy. Some people are trying to use it. It's very early on.
I heard like the micro dosing and certain things like that to help people. But I just like, dude, when me, you, Stacy and Nia were out in LA and we were going to sushi and you were like, hey man, I got those ice balls before we leave. Let's have a couple tequilas. I'll squirt some lemon on it. And I remember being
oh yeah.
And dude, I remember after the second one, I didn't want to go to dinner anymore. I was having such a good time. But like those 2 drinks, I was like, oh, I'm up. I'm happy. I'm ready. Like it was amazing. For me,
a great tequila.
Yeah.
A great tequila. It just how clear it is and how clean it is and everything. With the right amount of lime in it. It's like a martini where I like the right amount of vodka and it had to be Belvedere. I hate Grey Goose. I don't like Grey Goose is like Pepsi. It's just too smooth. I like the bite of Coke and I like the bite of like the Belvedere. I always liked
dude, who's ever listening to this podcast
I really
fucked up after it.
Oh, I know. I just really loved
including me, okay?
Yeah, no, I just love the whole I like tasting the alcohol. I didn't like the disguise of it. I used to just by the end of it, you know what I mean? Like I felt it was like driving like a pure sports car with his, it's a stick shift. There's no power steering, no power brakes. Like you're driving that fucking thing. I felt the same way about alcohol where it was like, maybe you'd have like 1 ice cube in it, but it's like, I want to taste what you made. It's like whenever I go to a place and the first time I try their pizza, it's like I always get a plain or a margarita. I want to see what you're doing here.
Yeah,
you're not going to hide behind your toppings. You either know how to make it or you don't.
Yeah. I think we talked about this, but you said, what did you say your last meal would be? What did you say if your last meal was? Was it an Italian dish? Was it a pasta dish?
It all depends on who's cooking it. If my mother is cooking it, I want a roast beef with mashed potatoes, carrots, and gravy. I mean, that's
a German Irish kids. That's a German Irish kids go to death meal, right there. Yeah.
Yep, and then that Indiana cream pie she makes. That is it. Slice of that.
What is that? What's Indiana cream pie?
Well, that's where the recipe. There's this fucking recipe floating around out there that I've never seen it in stores, but people who live in there and have older people, they know that recipe. Dude, it's fucking crack cocaine.
Indiana cream pie?
It's an Well, I just call it that because I got it from relatives that, you know, when they got the recipe, they were living in Indiana. They didn't live there afterwards. So that's sort of the region where we got it. And it's been in our family, and that's the one that we make. And people look at it, they're like, I'm not eating that shit. It's like, try it. They're like, oh my God, this is fucking unbelievable.
Your mom throws down, huh?
Oh, yeah. No, my mom is like a, pies, cookies. Like she goes all out, would make like a prime rib. She'd make popovers. Like her, like, yeah, her shit was just fucking insane. Like, yeah, like I have all her recipes. This is what a great mom my mother is. She wrote out all her recipes by hand, times all the kids she has.
Wow.
And gave it to us one year as a gift. It took her like a fucking year to do it.
Dude,
they're all handwritten. And that's a great thing. Someday, like when my mom passes, like I want to get them like laminated. That's like her handwriting. It's incredible.
That's fucking gang. That's like old school shit.
Oh, no, dude. My mother is like, I always said, you're in the TSA to fucking pre-check line to heaven.
She's got clear. She's got clear.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who else was, dude. Bob Saget.
Oh.
Bob Saget. You could have heard his kids talking about him at the funeral, man. It was like, it was inspiring. The relationship he and how much they loved him and he loved them and how much they knew it. It was just like, there it is.
Dude,
there it is right there. The world would be a better place if every dad, and husband was like the great Bob Saget, man. I'm telling you.
No, rest his soul.
It was fucking amazing.
That's rest his soul, man. That knowing that your kids know how much you love them because you instilled that and you just let them know, dude. It's like, dude,
underrated. Dying and leaving your kids with no questions.
Oh, that's number one.
I mean, you do that you can make a kid drink, your own kid drink themselves to death on some shit, depending on how deep it was. You got to fucking own up to the shit you did wrong or whatever. You got to face all of that. And you really got to just sit down. Like that's the thing, throughout, like, my kids being kids and becoming, young adults and everything. I'm just going to be 100% honest. Like when they come home and they're like, oh my God, I got math. I hate math. I'd be like, yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you go to summer school? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have, but I did because I was an idiot. Drank and drive. Yep. Got arrested for it. Idiot. Stupid move. Like, and then I'll tell them the good stuff I did. But yeah, my daughter already, like, like I always have a thing. I always say to her, whenever I do something I always say, whenever I do something for her, I always say, why did I do that? And she smiles and goes, because you love me. I go, that's right.
Yeah.
Anything. Why'd I make you those waffles? Why'd I take you skateboarding? Why do I read your books? And
yeah.
She always like breaks into a smile and says that. And it's just like, that is so like, yeah, I'll tell you, dude, you can see it. you can see kids that know they're loved versus kids that they don't. And I swear to God, when I see the ones that know they're not, I always look at
Yeah. Yeah. I tell my kids straight up, I'm like, dude, you're fucking better looking and better than that kid.
Well, I don't take it to that point. That's fucking
in a
hilarious.
nice way.
That ugly
No,
bastard.
in a nice way.
Okay, now I want to hear how you say that in a nice way.
Huh? I'll just be like, here's what I'll do. Like Lucas makes like high honor roll and stuff, right? And he just does things that me and Stacy couldn't do. Like Lucas can look at a math test, everybody gets a 50 and fails, and his teacher's like, yeah, he just looks at math and science and just gets it, right? And he's just like, yeah, Dad. He's like, a couple of people I know, they got like 40s and 50s, and I'm just like, yeah, listen, man, I just fucking don't have what you have. You're just, I mean, listen, God bless them, but you're smarter than the kid. You know what I mean? And
do you ever say at any point, if I was in your class, I'd be one of the kids getting a 40.
Oh, I will. Me and Stacy always say, dude, we've stunk in math. I'll just say like, you have something, and that's great. And
just out of curiosity, do you have any relatives on either side that were good at math?
I don't know. Maybe my older brother was decent at it, but Stacy and I were morons at math. I watched my 9-year-old daughter do division last night. I looked at it and said, I literally couldn't do that. Right now, I could not do my 9-year-old daughter's division. It was like 2 divided by
dude.
like
I
2
mean, I suck at math. I'm not talking that. I mean, once it got into like algebra, once they threw the alphabet in and they just shook it all up, I was just like, I can't. I don't know what the fuck's. Dude, geometry? What was that? I still don't even know what that was. No. All of a sudden, we're just talking about triangles.
Dude,
and just going opposite angles are congruent. And isosceles in the Pythagorean theorem. It's like, what is this for? You ever think of starting that so I'm fucking tethered to something?
Yeah, just tell me what I gotta
having me memorize all of these theories about a fucking box. You fucking idiots. That was, oh my God. I didn't want to.
Tell me what to tip a waiter. Tell me what to fucking tip a waiter. That's what I need.
No, tell me what it is I'm learning. What is it for?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm taking wood shop. Yeah, so I know how to build a fucking shelf. I get it. Hey. You fucking.
Some kids needed to build a shelf. Some kids needed to learn how to build a shelf.
Like 20 years after I took geometry, some fucking math guy goes, oh, it's for like engineering and designing bridges. And I'm like, thank you. I mean, why wouldn't you tell kids that? Get some excitement. Like, this is the type of stuff you need. This is how bridges don't fall down when you drive over them. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of just sitting around talking about triangles.
Yeah. What about earthworms and rocks? The fucking earth science. I was in earth science in 9th grade. They were telling me what a fucking rock was. I wanted to take a rock and fucking hit the teacher with it. That's how fucking bored I was.
Yeah, that's like some old person shit. Like you got to get really old to that point where you're like inquisitive and join like a rock group, but not the bands. I mean, like getting in like, I like rocks too. We should start a rock formation collective and sit around. Like there is no fucking reason at all. Ever.
Why isn't there a class about sports or picking fucking handicaps or fucking trying to fucking,
that has got to be one of the dumber things you've said, Paul.
No, but seriously.
That's right up there with I don't cross any bridge or tunnel or go through a tunnel to get in Manhattan.
Come on, man. Why not? Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
There are people whose job it is to look at a game and pick a spread, figure out things like that. I would have crushed that.
Yeah, they're good at math. They got to be good at math, Paul. You'd be horrific.
No, you got to be good at defense and offense and no.
No. You would be horrific as an odds maker.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
You suck at math.
Yeah, but it's not math.
You would take all the information they gave you, and then you'd have to figure it out mathematically on a piece of paper what the spread is, and you would fuck it up. Why the Bengals getting 12? It's not worked out in my fucking. No, it's I carry the 6. It's just What? Whenever you don't get something, you sort of mumble what you did, and then you go, what after it? No, I just, I carried what? Oh, Paul. That was the meathead comment of the week. Hey, why can't they have a class on sports?
I bet you some schools do. I'm serious. There's something out there like that.
Well, why would you want to drive your student body to the track? You're supposed to be giving these people. Dude, why don't they have a fucking class on the different genres of pornography? And have a guidance counselor, have the girls pick out if they were to be a porn star. And we're down the hall learning how to handicap fucking horse races.
Somebody told me the reason why. Somebody told me this week, there was like, you know why sex? He goes, you ever have a dumb, I guess we're having a dumb one now, but like a conversation with a friend, my buddy goes, you know why vagina feels so good, why sex feels so good, right? It's designed. It's designed like that because we're animals, and the reason it feels so good is to reproduce. That's the only reason. You're not supposed to. And he's like kind of telling me how like it's just supposed to feel good to reproduce. That I'm like, right? And I'm kind of like, yeah, I kind of know. You're never gonna what?
Was that like supposed to be like some groundbreaking information?
Yeah, like I didn't know what he was saying because it was just like, dude, you want to know why it feels so good? Because nature is supposed to reproduce, and I was like waiting for like a.
That's one of those things where somebody smarter than him said something, and that's all he could remember, and then he repeated it to you. That sounds smart. I want to sound smart, and then whatever they remember, they just puke it at you.
It's like yeah, I know.
And you got to sit there like, oh yeah,
an alligator's not going to lift another alligator's leg just for fucking leverage. Yeah, I know.
Now that's something I don't want to see. Alligators fucking, because I think one of them has to be in the missionary position in order for that to work.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
This is the difference between our podcast and the Joe Rogan podcast. Because right now Joe Rogan would have two alligators fucking.
Yeah, no, I think they lay on top of each other. That's all. There's no you see gorillas 69ing.
Well, where's the veg? It's got Well, you've seen that one where the monkey took a frog and was like making it give him a blowjob?
No, I didn't see that.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is so fun. You don't want to ever see that.
No.
You don't ever want to see that.
No, I'm doing this bit in my act. I'm trying to do this bit in my act how like animals don't know they could commit suicide. Like they don't know that option existed. And I was just trying to, it's like a monkey at a zoo with a gun to his head or its mouth. And I'm trying to, and like I can't figure it out yet, but I thought about that. Like animals don't know they have an option to fucking do that.
I love the idea of the monkey getting the security guard's gun. And rather than using him as a hostage, he just blows his brains out. See, that's the difference between a monkey and a person. A person would have put the gun to the security guard's head and said, you got to open up this fucking door.
Dude, this podcast is fucking epic. We're talking mushrooms, drinking, fucking animals, fucking. God, I'm going to have to pour myself a tequila after this one. Bill, what are we going to do, though? Can we talk about the depression that's about to set in Sunday when there's no football until early September? I'm not going to lie. This year was so much fun, not just on the BetMGM with you, which was incredible, but just texting your buddies. Did you see that play? They're not playing defense. All that comes with the NFL, dude. And now we got to watch shitty NBA fucking games. I'm just bitter because the Knicks aren't doing good. But I was real.
I never brought that up. All you guys, all you guys shut up.
No, I know.
And I just looked up and you guys were like 25 and 27.
Dude, you said to me once, you go, Paul, do you understand that you sound, I've literally heard this. You said this to me the other day. You go, I've heard you do this like 11 years in a row going, no, dude, I'm telling you, this is different. You just go, all right, man, I wish you luck.
Death, taxes, and optimistic Knicks fans in November. Dude, they are balling. They are balling.
It's done. The new coach, they're playing D. They're all the shit that good teams.
They got draft picks. You know, who knows? If we're in it, come the All-Star break, they make a couple of moves, you know? LeBron's getting old.
What's going on with your Celtics?
We're pretty much right where you're at.
No, we're like 3 games out of 3.5 games out of first place.
Since when? I looked like 2 weeks ago and we had like a fucking
dude. Jason Tatum's. I heard he's balling out.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And
the local papers are already trying to rip the team apart, saying Jaylen Brown and him don't like playing together. They're such fucking unathletic cunts. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Whatever issues, they probably don't even have a fucking issue, and you're gonna create one.
Oh my God, Bill. Oh my God. Did you see who's new on First Take right now? Dude, Max Kellerman is off First Take, and today was the first day of the new hire with Stephen A. Smith, and it's Mike Mad Dog Russo from Mike and the Mad Dog is now on First Take. Dude, the first
him and he's on with who else?
No. It's Stephen A. Smith and Mad Dog Russo now.
Oh my God.
And dude, today's first argument, they're screaming at each other. And he's going, Mike Mad Dog, I'm gonna tell you right now. He goes, I'm gonna tell you right now. He's overrated. He goes, Dak Prescott's overrated. He goes, Josh Allen's better than him. Patrick Mahomes better than him. He goes, and he just starts going down the list.
That's a good Mad Dog.
He goes, yeah, he goes, Wilson's better than him. He goes, Rodgers, who's better? And all of a sudden, and he said somebody goes, he'd be lucky to be in the top 10. He goes, top 10. And all of a sudden, Stephen A. Smith goes, that's ridiculous. Oh, now you're just, that's right. And it was like the first one they had. And he'd go through the names. Josh Allen, this and that, dude. I was going, if this is going to be on every morning, I am fucking in to First Take.
Who did Stephen A. Smith?
You know, they started to get into names around that 9, 10 area. And Mad Dog was like, there's a couple you got to have a conversation. And he goes, who? And he goes, all right, Derek Carr. Derek Carr's good, better in the playoffs than this. And Stephen A. Smith just goes, come on, man. You know, they were just going. But he's like, let's talk about it. All right,
I'm going to name my top 10 in no particular order. Okay. All right. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen. Jesus Christ, the football season ends and I forget everybody. As far as top guys, let's see, no more Brady, no more
Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. God, how did I forget him? Joe Burrow, I put down there like 10. He's a young kid on his way up.
Higher than 10, maybe, but yeah, top 10. Mac Jones, top 10?
No, not yet.
These are the two that was argued.
And then I would say Kyler Murray somewhere in there. As far as like, you know, he's one of those 9, 10 kind of guys.
Kirk Cousins? Just outside?
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. I mean, because also like, I feel like if you're, you know, if you need a quarterback and you got Kirk Cousins, you be like excited. That guy's, he's with the Colts now, right?
No, Vikings.
Who's with the Colts?
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz scores points, man.
I'd take Justin Herbert.
Oh, Justin Herbert, great one. I forgot about him too.
Where do you put Derek Carr? Top 10?
That's a hard one. The fucking Raiders are just like, you fucking become quarterback of the Raiders. Just the amount of extra bullshit. They seem like they righted the ship. All the work John Gruden did, righted the ship once again. I loved all those fucking assholes when he got fired. They go like, you know, classic white male. He gets paid $100 million and this is his record. It's like, dude, you don't even know football. The guy resurrected the fucking Raiders from the ashes twice. So he's going to have 2 and 14 years. That's going to affect his overall fucking record. He brought him to the goddamn Super Bowl. His team, he took over Tampa, won with that team, and played his old fucking Raiders team. And not only that, he got $100 million over fucking 10 years. It's $10 million a year.
Oh, by the way, a little birdie told me something. A little birdie told me something. I'll tell you, a little birdie told me, Tom.
I love you did 3. I was wondering if he was going to say birdie 3 times. Little birdie told me something. Little birdie told me something. This is a big thing. When Virzi has to start his sentence 3 times, it's big. Paul, for the love of God, what did this little birdie tell you?
Told me that Tom Brady he doesn't think he's done. And when I tell you the source later, I think there's something to it, maybe. So,
Paul, guess who doesn't give a fuck?
Who?
Me. If he comes back, tell me he's back. I'm not going to say, I don't know.
You know what, though? I know you long enough to know.
Understand people that are into gossip.
No, I know you long enough to know that if he did come back, you would care.
Yes, but I don't give a fuck enough to sit here in this middle ground of like, dude, I don't know. I heard something. Oh, what'd you hear? I don't give a shit. As far as like that. If he comes back, great. Tell me he came back. I'm not going to sit here fucking on like for some old lady on the phone. Oh, I heard he wants to go to the Giants. Wouldn't that be something? Dude, I got to be honest with you. That's all sports shows are between games. Once they're done with the games, then they go into speculation, and there is no difference between that and watching The Real Housewives.
Right. Well, they have to.
Like you watching Stephen A. Smith and Mad Dog yelling at each other it's the same fucking. I mean, that has got to sound as stupid to somebody who doesn't watch sports.
Yeah, but that's different. I'm not watching the show. I'm just seeing clips pop up. I'm not watching it.
Paul, you said you were going to watch it.
No, I will. I said if it's like that, always I will, because it was incredible.
Paul, I'm not judging you.
No,
if I had the fucking time, I would watch that every day.
And I like watching Stephen A. Smith kind of get challenged and yelled at. Not in a way that I don't like him. I like him, but there was always like he would do his platform. Well, there's blasphemy, and he would just do that. Now this guy's going, well, tell me. Like that's what I love. Like I love when a guy like that gets challenged, is what I'm saying. But wow, this is a great podcast.
They really, you know what's weird? If they're like a comedy team, they don't have 2 straight men. They got 2 guys that are delivering the punchline.
They got 2 guys going all out. Yeah.
Yeah. They usually have the guy like, well, how can you say that? I'll tell you how I can fucking say that. They usually have the one yelling and the one quiet guy. Now they got 2 screamers in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like going at a guy.
Is that a desperation move by ESPN? Where more and more people are going to the internet? Is this the last gasp of basic cable sports? Because, everybody yells on ESPN now. So now they're going to get the 2 loudest guys yelling at each other to try to save it.
I was wrong about, I said this before, I was really wrong about like where TV was going and how it was. I remember having a buddy go, dude, 10 years, everything's on the phone. People aren't going to watch TV. And I'm going, no, what are you talking about? And I got to be honest, I can turn everything off. Stacy like canceled cable. And I didn't even realize it for a while because it was just, and then I was just like, I'll lay down and I'll just look at clip. Like everything is right here. So I don't know, man. I think TV is the Olympics. Cause I was like, the Olympics.
Oh, you got to tell me you're going to watch the Super Bowl on your phone?
No, but I'll watch it on, I'll watch it on like either like a stream, like streaming it or using a service.
And what will you be looking at?
For the Super Bowl, I would obviously be watching my TV.
Yeah. UFC, you're going to watch it on your phone? What you're saying is basic cable and networks might go away, but there's going to be streaming services.
Yeah.
It's just TV as we know it is going to change, but there's going to be TVs, Paul.
There's always going to be TVs, but I don't understand the amount of time. I can't believe the amount of time I'm looking at this for updates, for anything like that. I use the phone so much more than I thought I would.
These things have killed small talk.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, there's people sitting next to their soulmate, and they don't see them, and they're looking at that, and then when they look up, they're gone.
And my kids, we're not allowed. My kids are not allowed to be on the phone when we go to dinner, or like when we're at dinner. One time I looked, my daughter and son are like this, and everybody's sitting at this dinner, and I go, guys, what are we fucking doing here, man? Let's spend some time together as a family. Put the fucking phones down. And my son's like, just 2 more minutes on this game, and I'm like, no, put the fucking phone down. Yeah, it's attention
curse
span.
like that at the dinner table?
What's that?
You curse like that at the dinner table? That's just how you told the story.
No, that's just how I told the story. But I
know, you looked away there. I thought when you looked away, that was the truth. I'm like, you curse like that at dinner table? You go, no, I don't.
I have said, if I say it 3 times, I do the opposite. You know the way I do 3 times? If I have to do it 3 times, that's when I fucking lay the hammer down.
No, that makes, put your phone away. Put your phone away. Put your fucking phone away. I mean, that's classic parenting.
Yeah. Well, you have a daughter like I do. And you know what? I saw both my wife and daughter said something to me, and they both kind of had their hand up with their head tilted like, yeah. And I'm going, I got fucking 2 of yous doing this shit now? Like my daughter just jumped on my wife's side, and they had like the same pose, like, yeah, Dad, and yeah, Paul, what are you going to do? And I'm going, I only need this from 1 of you. Okay. I don't need this from 2 of you. Okay. Where's Lucas?
Dude, I got a buddy of mine. I got a buddy of mine's got a boy and a girl, and the whole house is against him.
Oh.
Yeah, stop picking on Mom. Why can't you be nice and blah, blah. And he goes, I want to be like, shut the fuck up. I go, do you ever say that? He goes, sometimes. I try not to, but sometimes I do.
Dude, me and Stacy got into it, not crazy in front of the kids. And my daughter goes, why are you fighting right now with Mom? And I just go, because she's wrong. And dude, it was in the kitchen. And I go, because she's wrong. And that's why. And Stacy just turned to me. She was and she just turned to me and gave me that. And I was like, oh boy, it's going to be a rough 12 hours.
Hey, dude, you're not allowed to say they're wrong, even when they're wrong.
No, I do. If you're really wrong, I do. So
no. I'm saying as far as the rule book in their head. The rule book in their head is even if they're wrong and you tell them they're wrong, they then make the argument about, well, you didn't have to say I was wrong in front of the fucking neighbors.
Hey, Bill, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. You know the way the judges never let the title get lost unless it's definitive? It's the same thing with the wife. If there's 3
Yeah, but your wife is also the one putting the scores up. Yeah, she's in the game and she's also scoring the thing. So you just, you're not gonna win.
Yeah. All right, everybody. This has been such another fun episode of Anything Better podcast. We want to thank everybody who listened. Please continue to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to Anything Better. Get it on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcast. Please check out Bill's Monday Morning Podcast, my Virzi Effect podcast. This weekend, I'll be at the Funny Bone in Syracuse. 1 show Friday, 2 Saturday, February 24th, 1 show only. It's going to sell out the Pittsburgh Improv February 24th. And for all my other dates, go to paulvirzi.com. Texas, Tampa, Rhode Island, Buffalo, San Diego. I'm coming to see you guys. And that's pretty much that's it.
That's pretty much it. Great. I got a world tour or a national tour, whatever the fuck you want to call it. All the dates are on billburr.com. And then what else do I got? Yeah, that's it. My tour gets going in April when I get on the other side of this acting gig. That is it.